BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
Hi, this is Devin Lockett, the president of JobSite Route. As the son of a general contractor, I know how difficult it can be to get good food on the job site. And letting your construction workers leave the job site to buy lunch just takes valuable time away from them being on the site. I've developed an app and a program that will bring a steady stream of food trucks to your job sites every month for the low price of only $100 per month per site. That comes up to about $3 per day to have a steady stream of food trucks coming to your job sites all day, every working day. You can also contact the food trucks ahead of time and pre-order your food from the menu on our app. This saves valuable time for your construction workers and for you. It also sends a variety of delicious food served on Southern California food trucks to your job sites all day. When you think about it, it only makes sense to join the JobSite Route Network. How are you? How's everybody? Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Man, just getting back into the swing of things. It is Monday morning. How's everybody doing? Monday in the house. Okay, so I got some things I want to discuss this week. Okay, one of those is meanness, right? We can all agree that mean people suck, right? We can all agree on that. Mean people suck. I mean, we prefer not to have mean people around us, right? But why lately is there such an explosion of meanness? Why is there such cruelty? Why is there such a lack of love in every arena, right? I think this is something that no matter where you stand on any issue, you can agree, right? What's happened to our society? Why do we have such a pandemic of meanness, right? Meanness, cruelty, everywhere you go. Disregard for your fellow man. Division, right? There's a pandemic of general unpleasantness, mean-spiritedness, and general meanness throughout society, among political opponents on every issue, between the genders, especially in the black community, between races and between cultures, between nationalities, ideologies, mainly ideologies, and levels of indoctrination or ignorance. I'm going to come back to what I mean by that. Levels of indoctrination, right? How did it happen? How did we get here? I'm always the conspiracy theorist, right? As you know, and I do enjoy. And please take a moment to take the poll that I have here on this on our channel to let me know what kind of material you want to see on this particular channel. I've got 3 Devin Lockett channels, and I've also got BiomedRx TV and the Black American Party and the Tunnel.tv. So I'm putting up polls on all of the channels so that you can tell me what it is that you would like to see, and I will respond accordingly. Anyway, we have to look, if we're going to look at this truthfully, right, and I am a conspiracy theorist as far as this is concerned, because this is a conspiracy, we have to look at the Frankfurt School of Cultural Marxism. And I'm going to show you guys the Wikipedia for the Frankfurt School, which has been recently edited. Okay, as you, I don't know how many people are familiar with the Frankfurt School, but if you've been following the Wikipedia page on the Frankfurt School, they've been making a lot of changes lately as far as what is even acceptable to mention about the Frankfurt School, because the fruits of the Frankfurt School are what you are seeing today. That's where the meanness is coming from, in my opinion. Okay, the idea behind Marxism, or at least the idea behind the implementation, of Marxism, is to sow discontent and conflict between the social classes, right? Comrade Karl Marx said that, life is about, constant struggle, social class, the struggle between the social classes. Kind of like what Nietzsche said, that about the will to power, right? That it's a constant struggle between the poor trying to take power. Yes, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notification of new videos and all the rest of that, and comment. Was that the poor are so poor that they are miserable, and therefore they're going to end up taking to the streets and fighting to take power away from the rich, and that this type of revolution is in accordance with Karl Marx's idea about the way human beings evolve, his idea. The idea, right, that it was that the haves and the have-nots would come into such social clashes that it would, in order to spark revolution, right, that the have-nots would kill the haves or imprison them or whatever, send them off into exile and redistribute their wealth.
That's kind of the idea behind it. You need a lot of envy. You need a lot of amoral and just people of low character in order to implement something like that. You have to have a very low level of moral development, of moral evolution among society in order to have such a high level of envy and jealousy based on material wealth that in order to bring people to fight in the streets, in order to bring people to violent clashes. And that didn't really catch on here in the United States. I mean, our have-nots live pretty well. Our poor people, the poor people here in the United States, live pretty much as well or better than a lot of middle class or wealthy people in other countries in the world. And this can't be denied. Our poor people have flat screen TVs and drive BMWs. So this is the truth about, life in America. And, when I was an econ major in college, I was given this speech about the graph, right? About how the Gini index, the wealth gap between rich and poor, is at a constant rate of increasing with the spread of capitalism, or just with the sustenance and the existence of capitalism. However, the floor, of which we call poverty, raises up at a more acute angle. And so therefore, that's a good moral and social justification for capitalism, because we are raising more people out of poverty. We're raising so many more people out of poverty that you can just ignore how wealthy the wealthiest of us are getting compared to the poor of us, the poorest of us. Well, now we've reached a point where we can't ignore the power and the influence of the wealthiest among us, because these individuals are actually wealthy enough to purchase entire governments and to purchase entire industries, and their influence is what we are seeing right now. But being that the material differences between Americans was not great enough to influence or to spark the poor people to come out and fight against the rich, to spark a communist revolution, the Frankfurt School was basically designed to sow seeds of difference or division within society based on other things than rich versus poor, or the discontent of the poor with regard to the rich. Now, did we benefit from the introduction of Marx's ideas into the United States? Of course we did, right? It did catch on. Marxism did catch on to a certain degree throughout American society. That's why we have collective bargaining, right? Labor unions. What could go wrong there? That's why we have public education that is free and compulsory, where the children of the poorest families must endure whatever social indoctrination that the globalist puppet masters choose to condition them with. If you can't afford a private school, then your kid's going to be read to by a transvestite. Social welfare programs, which were basically designed to undermine the traditional family structure. And you get the point. But in order to sow the discontent that Comrade Marx envisioned, the kind that would bring violence, right? That would bring people to violence in the streets, the kind that would bring people to destroy society, government, and all sense of order, that would spark a revolution, right? A communist revolution. They had to figure out another way to divide people, right? Ideologically, philosophically, many other ways. And that is where the Frankfurt School came in, right? Through careful, tedious, methodical, and thorough infiltration, undermining, and outright takeover of every level of our education system, as well as entertainment, media, publishing.
Even superheroes and supermodels need a daily dose of nutrients to help make life more super. BiomedRx Supplements is making it easy to get exactly what you need. From kids to seniors, they've got something for everyone. Pretty cool, right? Check out their products at BiomedRxSupplements.com.
Yes, thank you. As I was saying, through a careful, tedious, methodical, and thorough infiltration, undermining, and outright takeover of every level of our education system, as well as entertainment, media, publishing, the internet, and all other forms of communication, the younger generations of our society have been, and continue to be brainwashed with the most foolish value systems known ever embraced in the history of mankind. This social engineering campaign is designed to sow hatred and division between us based on the same stupid sociological differences I defined before, based on political opposition, genders, whether you adapt to neologisms, which means new ways of speaking, tension between races, between whether you're from here or from somewhere else, ideologies, your level of education or your level of indoctrination versus whether or not you're a free thinker, right? Neologisms, for example, right? New ways of speaking, right? Calling people by multiple genders, having to worry about that, what people's pronouns are, just changing the language altogether, just changing the language at all, right? Neologisms are designed to thwart communication between people, much like masks. They are, and to preoccupy your critical faculty, right? With navigating through recent and current changes in what we call acceptable terminology in order to express oneself. This is a deliberate attempt to stifle free expression, right? Worse, it's a deliberate effort to destroy the communication that makes society itself possible. We are in a tumultuous time in U.S. as well as world history. Never before has there been such a concerted, top-down attack upon the people by the oligarchs, at least not in recent history, and certainly never with this level of technological sophistication. If you feel what I'm feeling, if you recognize the spirit of meanness in the air and in society, then you recognize that their efforts are taking effect. No matter what side of the coin you are on, whether you're on the left or on the right, you recognize that we are at each other's throats. No matter where you are in the family, you recognize when the family is fighting. Okay? No matter what side of the aisle you're on any issue, you recognize that we are being deliberately divided against each other. It is the division that is the enemy. This manufactured division. So please don't fall for it, okay? Please don't fall for it. Now, I want to take you here to this article about the Frankfurt School, and just that you can get an understanding of it. And I'm not going to read the entire article to you. I encourage you to do your own research, and I also encourage you not to trust Wikipedia, although I am showing you the Wikipedia article. I just think that it's a good place to start, and that you should do your own research on the Frankfurt School, and I believe you should look up some other sources about the Frankfurt School. You should actually look at videos where Dr. Jordan Peterson discusses the Frankfurt School. But here goes. All right, so you can see this article here. We're talking about the Frankfurt School, okay? And it's making me hungry because I like hot dogs. Anyway, and I spent a lot of time in Frankfurt, Germany. I spent a lot of time in Germany when I was in the Air Force, when I was stationed overseas in the military. I did enjoy my time in Frankfurt. I enjoyed my time in pretty much all over Germany. The Frankfurt School is a school of social theory and critical philosophy associated with the Institute for Social Research at Goethe University, Frankfurt in 1929. Founded in the Weimar Republic, 1813 to 1933, during the European interwar period, 1918 to 1939, the Frankfurt School initially was comprised by intellectuals, academics, and political dissidents dissatisfied with the contemporary socio-economic systems, capitalist, fascist, communist, of the 1930s. The Frankfurt School proposed that social theory was inadequate for explaining the turbulent political factionalism and reactionary politics occurring in 20th century liberal capitalist societies, critical of both capitalism and of Marxism-Leninism. See, this is a recent BS that was just put into this Frankfurt School. Inflexible systems of social organization, the school's critical theory. See, now what they're doing is they're making them the champions of critical race theory and critical theory. Research indicated alternative paths to realizing the social development of a society and nation. The Frankfurt School perspective of critical investigation, open-ended and self-critical, is based upon Freudian, Marxist, and Hegelian premises of idealist philosophy. Now they're starting to tell the truth a little bit. To fill the omissions of 19th century classical Marxism, which did not address 20th century social problems, they applied the methods of anti-positivist society, of psychoanalysis, and of existentialism. The school's sociologic works derive from this synthesis of the mathematically pertinent works of Immanuel Kant, George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, Karl Marx, Sigmund Freud, Max Weber, and of George Simmel and George Lukács. Like Karl Marx, the Frankfurt School concerned themselves with the conditions, political, economic, societal, that allow for social change realized by the way of rational social institutions. Their emphasis on the critical component of social theory derived from their attempts to overcome the ideological limitations of positivism, materialism, and determinism by returning to the critical philosophy of Kant's successions in German philosophy. Now, I'm not really going to read all of this. Like I said, I'm just giving you a kickoff because I want you to check it out yourself. And I do not want you to buy 100% into the Wikipedia version of the Frankfurt School. But these people put together a deliberate effort to affect our education system, and this is why so many critical theories have been introduced and are being introduced. And now, at this particular point in history, where it is politically advantageous to the oligarchs that we are divided among ourselves, that we are at each other's throats, the efforts of introducing all of this insanity into our thought, which really has no end. It has no end to it. Into our collective paradigm, if you will, is being amplified. And I know that we're smart enough to see it, and I know that we're smart enough not to let it defeat us. Back to the office. So that's basically all I wanted to share with you guys. There is meanness in the air. The intended division between us as people, as citizens of the United States, as well as citizens of the world, it is taking effect, and we are at each other's throats. And there is a general sense of meanness in the air, and there's a general sense of meanness in society. And I would like everyone to just take a breath take a deep breath and understand that we're bigger than this. Understand that we're better than this. And understand that we're going to get through this. Our very monetary system may be pulled out from underneath us in very short order. So we're going to have to figure out a way to continue the distribution of goods and services in a peaceful way. Okay, we're going to have to continue to figure out a way to loot peacefully in order to keep ourselves and each other fed. And I know that we can do it. I know that we can do it. So hopefully I don't get flagged for this video, but I probably will. I may, right? I probably will. It is the kind of thing that I will get flagged upon for. Please take the time to take the poll and let me know how you feel, what kind of yeah, it is, Celine. It is very unfortunate how people are so mean to each other. Please feel free to take the poll and let me know what kind of videos you would like to see me present here on this channel, right? I think the choices are, let me open up the poll here. What are the choices? The choices are lifestyle, opinions, and reactions, art, me painting in my studio, conspiracy, QAnon and UFO stuff, etc., and high-tech holistic health stuff, like I do here at the BiomedRx Health Center. So it's up to you, whatever you'd like to see me do here on this channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to be doing a show this afternoon, or a couple of shows today, where you can call in. All right, I want to do some call-in shows. I like participating with my peeps that way. So I want everyone to remember again to stay kind, because kind is not only the new sexy, kind is the only sexy. I want you to stay blessed, stay blessed, and I want you to stay healthy. Please remember to subscribe not only to this channel, but to my other two Devin Lockett channels. They both have illustrations that look pretty much like me. And to BiomedRx TV. I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of really cool ways to stay healthy, a lot of good holistic health tips. I'm following in the shoes of my grandfather, Aldine Wilden Lockett the First, and as a holistic health practitioner. So this is something that's in my blood, baby. Anyway, I want you guys to have a wonderful day and a wonderful and productive week. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate free, gluten free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
Disregard for your fellow man.
BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octosanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.
Levels of indoctrination, right? How did it happen? How did we get here? You know, I'm always the conspiracy theorist, right? As you know, and I do enjoy. And please take a moment to take the poll that I have here on this on our channel to let me know what kind of material you want to see on this particular channel. I've got 3 Devin Lockett channels, and I've also got BiomedRx TV and the Black American Party and the Tunnel.tv. So I'm putting up polls on all of the channels so that you can tell me what it is that you would like to see, and I will respond accordingly. Anyway, we have to look, if we're going to look at this truthfully, right? And I am a conspiracy theorist as far as this is concerned, because this is a conspiracy. We have to look at the Frankfurt School of Cultural Marxism. And I'm going to show you guys the Wikipedia for the Frankfurt School, which has been recently